A young child sits quietly in the corner, eyes glued to the screen, their fingers frantically tapping away. To an observer, it seems harmless, perhaps even educational. But what if this seemingly innocent moment turns into something far more dangerous? A gateway to addiction, financial consequences, and ethical irresponsibility. In July 9th, 2019, BBC News reported a case where 4 children, all under the age of 10, spent nearly €550 in a course of 3 weeks without their parents' consent and knowledge. This seemingly simple act of clicking a button, driven by the intention of gaining their favorite players, ended up draining their family's bank account. This highlighted a troubling reality. Gaming platforms and developers often prioritize profits over ethical responsibility. Our team is investigating the causes and effects of the psychology behind online addiction and economics and ethical impacts.
Online addiction has become one of the most significant challenges of the digital age. It refers to uncontrollable usage of digital platforms like computers and phones, often to a point where it disrupts our daily life. Recognizing the impact of online addiction, World Health Organization (WHO) has officially identified online addiction as a public health concern. WHO has also highlighted that excessive dependence on internet can lead to serious physical and mental health problems, further emphasizing the need to address online addiction on a global scale. To better understand this issue, we can take a look at this graph on the internet usage over the past few decades by Seminar Tmp. Starting from 1991, the number of internet users has grown exponentially, reaching 5 billion people worldwide today using internet. As you can see, the internet usage shows no sign of decreasing anytime soon, emphasizing the need to put action on addressing online addiction.
According to Common Sense Media, which is a non-profit organization, this chart shows the screen use for teenagers in the years 2015 through 2021. Overall, there's a general increase in the amount of time spent on social platforms. For example, the average amount of time spent on social media for teenagers increased by 2 hours from 2015 to 2021. According to a study done by the American Medicine Association, a study of over 6,500 teenagers found that spending more than 30 minutes daily on social media was linked to mental health disorders. This shows that there is a relationship between time spent on social media and mental health problems. For example, spending over 3 hours daily on social media doubled the risk of depression and anxiety.
Solution. The first potential solution to address online addiction will be time limiting feature. This feature can help prevent users from spending excessive amount of time online. One great example would be China's regulation on gamers in young age to only have 3 hours per week. As you can see on this graph is about the total hour of playtime before and after the regulation. The red section is the period before the regulation, and the blue section is after the regulation. In the red section, the total playtime peaking at 400 million hours, and while the blue section represent a decrease to approximately 300 million of total playtime. The primary benefit of having time limiting feature is that it can prevent users from spending excessive amount of time. A study from Ohio State University shows that excessive screen time can strongly relate to increasing rate of depression, anxiety, and other more mental health problems. By limiting screen time, platform can help break the cycle of overusing internet, potentially improving mental health and physical health. Study has also shown that reducing screen time can lead to a better emotional well-being and improving social behavior. However, while time limiting feature can be beneficial for young generation, it can be challenging for them to enforce such a law. As shown in this chart, we can know that showing this chart by the 2020 China Young Government Report, we can know that over 29% of the children are still able to overrun the 3-hour limit, and 82% of them avoid this restriction by using their parents' ID. This shows that even with the time limiting feature, children can still overrun the system and get beyond the time limiting.
The second solution being to enforce laws that put a ban on addictive features on social media and in games to protect public health and foster ethical practices. With law restrictions, we can reduce online addiction, especially among minors, and alleviate widespread mental health problems such as anxiety and depression. This enhances not only the well-being of the users, but also reduces financial strain on healthcare systems in order to bring about long-term societal and economic benefits. Moreover, such laws will provide innovation that incentivizes companies to create healthy, purpose-driven platforms, thus absolutely lowering the chance of addiction by eliminating features designed to exploit user behavior. But we also have to acknowledge the barriers. Social media companies and game developers make huge profits from these features, and the tax revenues that come with them are a significant source of income for governments. This financial relationship make many policymakers reluctant to act, choosing short-term economic gain over societal health. Further, such regulation would be very difficult to enforce, as corporations will find loopholes or push back against compliance.
The most optimal solution we found is to educate young students about the dangers of social media and online addiction. By educating young students about the dangers of social media, we can lower the chance of them developing addiction in later stages of their life. Furthermore, our solution includes implementing a digital detox period during every school day to counteract the effects of using technology all the time during school. This solution has already been used in some schools around the world. According to the BBC, Boston Grammar School has implemented a daily digital detox program for its students. The school has also reported lower levels of disruption and bullying and greater levels of engagement in classrooms. This solution takes little money and effort because organizing technology-free periods doesn't require significant changes. Schools already have existing frameworks for teaching health and well-being, and these can be adapted to include lessons on digital literacy and risk of addiction. Additionally, by normalizing technology-free time, students can learn to manage their online time better and encourage healthy habits. However, this solution is not 100% effective in preventing addiction for every person. According to the National Health Institute, only 82% of digital detox is effective.
And this is our works cited page.
Thank you for this presentation. I have some questions for you. Let's start with Paul. Reflecting on your colleagues' work, which one had the greatest impact on your overall understanding of the problem your group identified?
Reflecting on my colleagues' work, I believe that the section have the greatest impact on my overall understanding of the problem is The Psychological Lens by Ryan. And this is because it provides an instance of the basic reason why online addiction happen. And for example, Ryan explored how companies and social media use brain reward system to make us keep using the internet and the platform. And he also helped me understand the broader consequences of online addiction, for example, like mental health and physical health. And because of his research, I can understand how online addiction is just not a personal issue, but also a societal one. And this understanding shaped my perspective on how it's crucial to solve online addiction problem. For example, we use, the time limiting feature.
Thank you. Next, Ryan. If you had another team member, what other perspectives or limitations could they have researched that would have made a useful contribution to the project?
If I had an extra team member, I would like to have them research on the socio-cultural perspective. This is because teenagers are extremely prone to peer pressure and following the trends of others to try to fit in. For example, social media can provide a platform for these teenagers to seek validation through likes, comments, and shares. Teenagers might feel pressure to stay engaged on social platforms to avoid being socially disconnected. By knowing about the peer-driven factors that drive many teenagers to use social media, we can think of solutions to reduce the chance of them developing addiction.
Thank you. And finally, Hank, what is a way in which your team's resolution makes you think differently about your own individual research?
Through our resolution, I realized that addressing this issue requires incorporating economic and scientific perspectives. For instance, Instagram employs algorithms that prioritize content users are most likely to engage with, combined with features like infinite scrolling and autoplay videos. These mechanisms exploit psychological triggers, such as the dopamine release from unpredictable rewards, to keep users engaged longer, ultimately boosting ad revenue. A balanced solution would involve regulating such algorithms and redesigning these features to minimize exploitation while still maintaining functionality.
Thank you.